Are you ready for action? Are you ready for adrenaline? If the answer is yes, then strap yourself in and get ready for the fuel ride injected awesomeness that is Hot Wheels. Ooh yeah! When I was a kid, I loved Hot Wheels. They were the funky little toy car things. There was always two different types of toy cars. There was always Hot Wheels, and then there was always Matchboxes. Now, I liked Matchbox cars, but I always felt that Hot Wheels was much more interesting and much more crazy with their design. They always made cars look really weird and different, whereas Matchbox I felt were always contemporary, trying to make it look like proper, sensible cars. And as an example here, I've got some Matchbox cars here, and as you can see, we've got this sort of like, this green truck here, and this fire truck, and it's like, yes, this is a green truck, and this is a green fire truck. But then you compare it to a Hot Wheels, and it's like, look at this! We got Gonzo from the Muppets! He has his own little Gonzo car. To me, this sort of perfectly demonstrates the difference between your Matchbox cars and your Hot Wheels. And that's why I always prefer Hot Wheels, because it's interesting and it's exciting. And they do often make cars that are associated to famous movies and popular TV shows. And what's not to love about that? And cartoon series, apparently, as there's lots of Hanna-Barbera Hot Wheels. Look here, we got our Flintstones. If you've ever wanted to know what a Flintstones Hot Wheel van looks like, seriously, that actually looks pretty cool. And of course, we've got the Scooby-Doo van. What's not to love about this ride? And the Jetsons, which although is meant to be a science fiction cartoon, the car sure does look pretty 1950s, doesn't it? Meet George Jetson, Jane, his wife, the other bastards whose names I can't remember. Another frequent collaboration that Hot Wheels seem to have is with Marvel characters. They seem to really love Marvel, as we've got this Guardians of the Galaxy 2 car. Pretty funky and silver, love the background. See, one of the best things about the Hot Wheels is the actual artwork on the covers, I reckon. Look at that. You can just sort of have it sitting there like that. The actual art on the packaging is just as good as the cars in my book. There was a Mario one, and on the actual packaging it had the cover of the original Super Mario Bros. Game, and I wanted to get it, I just didn't have the extra couple of dollars on me that was required for purchasing it. Yeah, I'm really beating myself up about not getting that. We got more Marvel here. This one's more associated with the comic books. We got Black Widow, who's sort of doing a ninja kick there with her little van there. Here we have the Scarlet Witch and her crazy headdress. I actually really like this red van. If that was a real van, I would drive that around. But Hot Wheels isn't just limited to Marvel, as they also do dive into DC as well, as we've got these two sort of Justice League ones here. Not bad. The packaging is average, I guess you could say. I don't really like this yellow car thingy. Don't know if you can see that. I don't know. I like this one. This one looks pretty cool. This looks awesome on display. But yeah, this one's like dull. I mean, why didn't they have the actual movie's poster of all the heroes standing there with the black background? That would have looked awesome there. And Hot Wheels also seems to like to boldly go where no other toy car has gone before, as we've also got some Star Trek Hot Wheels, and we've got Scotty here. Yeah, this one's a bit faded. It's been out in the sun. Yeah, unfortunately. But I don't know. Gives it a bit of an old school vintage look, don't you reckon? I love his face. He's really not putting up with any bullcrap today. Look at him. And of course it wouldn't be Star Trek without Captain Kirk and his van. I like this one, and I love how with the Star Trek ones, the packaging almost sort of looks comic book like. And once again, it would have been easy to just put like a still image from like the show, but I like how they really sort of made it interesting and stand out by using this almost sort of comic book art. And of course here we have Spock, who has this most illogical green car with this red background. Two colours which should apparently never be together unless it's Freddy Krueger's jumper. But I guess it still works. Once again, check out the intensity here. It's like, come on guys, it's just a Hot Wheels toy car. Let's lighten up a little bit.
Spock, remind me to tell you that I'm sick and tired of your logic.
That is the most illogical attitude.
Even the Beatles got in on the action with the Hot Wheels phenomenon, as we have here the Yellow Submarine. Yeah, they actually released the Yellow Submarines as a Hot Wheels toy car. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I don't know, I just love things like this when it's a bit more unique, when they make like a Hot Wheels of something that you honestly wouldn't expect them to. So yeah, I am a huge fan of this one. Some that I find really interesting are these two Star Wars ones. I got them quite recently. These really fascinate me. The cars are actually a lot bigger and a lot more bulkier than usual, but what really fascinates me with these Star Wars cars is that if you look at the design on the packaging, it actually uses early concept art of Star Wars, when Star Wars was in its early days of production. That just really interests and fascinates me that they would actually use this old artwork that was actually used to design the movie itself. Because as you can see, Darth Vader looks quite different and Luke Skywalker has a mask. Once again here you can see that C-3PO isn't quite C-3PO yet, and R2-D2, I don't even know what the hell's happening there. But I think out of all this collection, my number one favourite Hot Wheels is without a doubt Back to the Future, the DeLorean.
Holy shit!
What's not to love about this? And if you actually look at it, the detailing of the DeLorean, it's perfect, it's spot on. Once again, love the packaging. Most of the packaging just sort of has this sort of greyish background with some writing on it, whereas this one, they've really gone all out. A lot of love has gone into this one. And of course, it's Back to the Future, it's the DeLorean. What's not to love about that? Brilliant. Well guys, that was my look into this Hot Wheels collection. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sunday Memorabilia. Join with me next week as I look into movie soundtrack vinyl records. See ya!